Why did you and Lord Tariq break up as a group?
We never broke up. We just never was a group. I did a song. I put Tariq. Me and Tariq did this song called Deja Vu. People made us a group. Tariq was in a crew called Money Boss Players. I was in a crew called Gun Runners, and we were both doing our solo thing. And then Tariq called me up and said, "Yo, Shaq wants some help putting this album together. I'm down here," you know, which was big of Tariq. You know, big up to Tariq. Tariq was working with Shaquille. I was on probation. I just caught a gun charge at that time, so I was on probation. And Tariq was out working with Shaq, and he was like, "Yo, bring my man out here. I think he could help put your album together. He's dope." And when that happened, I never looked back. I knew from getting on the plane to go to Orlando to stay with Shaq and work with him, I was never looking back. And that same week, I got a deal at Interscope through Shaq's label. I got multiple things working out to write on, and then I wrote Deja Vu. I started working on Deja Vu with Tariq. And Tariq had a solo deal, I had a solo deal, and we both went to the companies and said, "Yo, we want to do an album together because the wheels are growing on." We was in China with Shaq when Deja Vu was blowing up. Big up to Sean Pecos, who broke Deja Vu.
Now, you actually worked with Big Pun at one point on across Bronx Expressway.
Yeah, Pun and Tariq grew up together, so they knew each other way before the music took off. But yeah, Joe and Pun came and did Cross Bronx Expressway with us. We were supposed to go do the video, you know, Cannonball Run type video. We had it all written out, would have been dope. But again, me and Tariq was so bitter with the label, we even put the brakes on doing the next video and the next song. We was just disgusted. But yeah, Pun was my man. Toured all over with him. That was family, man. I was heartbroken when we lost Pun. That was my man. Oh, Vlad, another thing, real quick. I met Tariq through my sister. Tariq has 2 kids with my sister. They're married. They live in South Carolina. They have a 21-year-old and they have a 16-year-old. And that's family. So when people say we broke up or we on bad terms, that's my brother. I speak to him every day. We never broke up. We just were 2 different artists that came together to do an album, that's all.
What's your funniest Big Pun story? Because Big Pun's legendary with the jokes.
Yeah, man, it's 2 stories, man. It's one, I forgot where we were, man. And he was just throwing these smoke bombs out in the hotel, just in watching the sprinklers was going off, so we got kicked out of that hotel. But there's a story that may not be funny, but it may not be funny to most people, but it's funny to me. We were performing at the Apollo Theater. And me and Pun were standing next to each other. We were doing Cross Bronx Expressway. And ice kept coming out of the balcony. It missed me by an inch. Kept coming, missing me. But like somebody up top was throwing ice at me and Pun, throwing ice at us. And I remember pointing up in the balcony saying, "Yo, homeboy, I see you. Don't get fucked up throwing that ice out the balcony." Because, you know, it was like a bunch of goons on Pun team from the Bronx and our team. Pun said, in 5 seconds, he's coming out of that balcony. In 5 seconds, this dude came flying out the balcony. I can't make that shit up. Pun had sent his dudes up there, and they climbed up the balcony and tossed them out the balcony.
How high was this off the ground?
You know that balcony on the side at the Apollo, the balcony people sit in on the side, like that little box seat thing.
Like what, maybe 20 feet?
Yeah, a little higher than that probably. Yeah, tossed them out, flipped them down and his feet hit the stage, and the rest of his body. I could tell now his Pun ain't here, so they can't go lock him up. But yeah, he sent his dudes up there to lift them out the balcony. That shit was funny to me. Y'all might not find that shit funny, but dude wouldn't stop throwing ice, and he put his middle finger up, and I guess that was just the icing on the cake for Pun. Pun was like, 5 seconds, he'll be down here with us. And that's just what the fuck happened.
So he actually fell on the stage?
His feet hit the stage, the rest of his body was in the crowd.
What did the guy do afterwards?
I don't know, it was just mayhem after that. So, you know, they rushed us backstage, and from there we left. But I just remember just being mayhem in the crowd because he fell into the crowd. So people started running and screaming and shit. But it was funny to me because you sitting there watching this dude throw ice out his cup at you and got his middle finger up, and you thinking to yourself, who is this dude? You know what I mean? Like, why is he feeling so comfortable doing this? And before I guess Punter already pointed him out. And before you know it, Peter Pan.
Man, I wasn't surprised. Have you ever been in a rap group?
No, I have not.
It was one of the most impossible things to do. And for somebody to be in anywhere in music that long, man, that's amazing, man.
Like I just told y'all, when you own your shit, there's nothing else to say. It's the Eminem and 8 Mile theory. At the end of 8 Mile, Eminem got on that microphone, said everything that guy possibly could say bad about him. He owned his shit.